did something.
It's back up?
I think so. I'm in a commercial, so it usually does that when it's. Yeah.
You're live.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to end the live on Twitch and on Facebook to get it working. But yeah, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. So we're only streaming on YouTube now. We're not streaming on anything else. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it'll just end the stream. So that whole conversation about She-Hulk was that whole episode. So I gotta now after the show I gotta quickly change that to She-Hulk recap. And that'll be it. So now moving on to the second topic of the week, unless we glitch out, unless it's only going to give us like 10 minutes for each episode, each topic. Let's go to the next topic, Pay.
The next topic is Andor, the first 3 episodes. So this is a prequel to Rogue One, which was a prequel to Star Wars: A New Hope. Mm-hmm. Season is set to have 12 total episodes. Every 3 episodes be their own story arcs.
Yeah, it's like that's what, and that's one of the reasons why. Let me do that. One of the reasons why Disney released the first 3 episodes of Andor.
That's right.
Because it was like an arc. It was a beginning, middle, and end. It was 3. What do they call it? 3.
Series premiere.
No. That beginning, middle, and end are. Every movie has 3. What?
One's an epilogue. Are you talking about like a book?
Yeah, every movie has 3 things: a beginning, middle, and end. I forgot. I forgot. I'm not a director. I forgot the actual term for it. Yeah. But yeah, and it was a good thing that they released it that way because I'll be honest with you. I watched the first 2 episodes, or I tried. Well, the first episode and a half. At like late at night, and it was killing me trying to get through it. And then when I started it up again, because I watched the second episode, but I kept dozing off. Then when I woke up in the morning, the next morning, and I watched, I had to watch episode 2 again because I felt like I don't know, I felt like it had to be because I was tired. And then when I watched it with fresh, woke eyes, it was more interesting. I could piece together what was happening. But that third episode, when it all came together, it wasn't a major conclusion to anything, but it was a conclusion to Andor setting off or beginning his adventure to being a part of the Rebel Alliance, or beginning
to become a real rebel,
a real rebel, except for a little peon, little agitator, is what I guess it was what it was. But I'm echoing. Is that coming?
Is it coming from my phone? Maybe?
I thought we muted that. Oh well.
I didn't do
it.
Anything.
It might be coming from that. So I thought it was a good episode. Good third episode, and then watching it as a whole, like a movie, it worked really well for me. So I enjoyed it. What about you, Gio? What did you like about it? Was anything you didn't like about it, or is this the best thing since Mando? What do you got?
I mean, it could be the best thing since Mando because after Mando, we've had the Book of Boba Fett, which was honestly mostly filler. Yeah. And I'm like, it's okay. I don't like how Boba Fett takes off his mask most of the time. And the big conclusion was, it was like a fight at the end of it. And then there's 2 episodes of literally The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Like, where's Boba Fett? He's not even in the show. Right. But with this one, it's literally about Andor. That's what it's about. And it even focuses on Andor when he was a child. Mm-hmm. And I found it very interesting because it shows us how he became the rebel that he is. Right. And it goes from how it's taking place during the time when Andor is an adult and as a child at the same time, and you're learning new things with both of these storylines, and I found that very interesting. But as I got through it, I'm like, kind of wanted it to go a little faster. I kind of wanted the pace to go a little faster, but it all concluded with episode 3, and I think episode 3 was what I want from this show.
I feel like episode 3's pace is where it should stay, or go, or if not change for the better. The pace from episode 1 and 2, I'm just gonna. I want to believe that this was just to get the the beginning of the story arc out the way. No, that's not the words I was looking for. The first act. Act was the words I was looking for. 3 acts, beginning, middle, and end. 3 acts. But the first 2 acts, these first 2 episodes, yeah, they were slow paced, and they did not, and because I can stay up late. I mean, my wife knows. It's like, what the hell, Chris? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're up? I'm like, yeah, I'm still up. And I can stay up for a long time, but it was throwing me off. The 3rd episode though was it really had me fired up. Once it started, once the Empire finally made its way to our hero and he was activated and he started off his adventure getting off planet, I feel like this is the pace that I hope this show stays. It was just as exciting as Rogue One, and it throws me off how this is a prequel to a prequel. That's crazy.
To a prequel to a prequel. Like literally, Rogue One.
A New Hope is
because like in A New Hope, Rogue One was literally mentioned in the title crawl that the Death Star plans were stolen, and then I think it was Gareth Edwards was the director of this film. And he's like, all right, let's make a whole film about that. Now we're making a whole TV show about Andor.
Yeah, the prequel to the prequel.
Prequel to the prequel.
Yeah, so it's not a prequel to a prequel to a prequel. It's just a prequel to a prequel. This show is the prequel to
this guy.
To that prequel.
This guy right here. That guy.
And I felt like the grittiness of it was, the seriousness of it was, it reminded me of how serious Empire Strikes Back and how A New Hope was. Funny parts at times, the sarcasm, the adventure, the wonder, and everything. I love the fact that I mentioned this while I was watching episode 1, that they went back to the technology and to the look of A New Hope. They made it look as if it was, again, on set back in 1978. When George Lucas was making the screens and stuff, they didn't have to go too technical with the map of the star map when they were tracking ships and stuff like that. It was just lines and what's that?
They were using real props. They were using
practical effects.
Yeah.
They were using the screens were look like
they were like glass,
4-bit,
right?
Android, that old Android game. That's what it looked like. That used, everything was felt real.
Literally, if you liked Rogue One, this is almost exactly the feel.
The same feel.
The feel of it, and I really like how Rogue One looked. Like it's so cinematic, and the tone of it, it's so gritty, and this show takes it and just goes with it, and it looks great. And that's what I want to see more with the show.
That whole thing where it was what do some people say? It's like it brings back the I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of I'm glitching again. There it is. It's putting the wars back into it. I mean that just like in Rogue One, that shot in the back. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but that shot in the back in Rogue One movie. This moment right here, that shot to the face, set the whole tone that this is the most HBO Maxiest kind of show on Disney Plus. Yeah,
so shocked.
How quick? How because everybody from A New Hope and like Empire, things like that, and Return of the Jedi, it was just we took it at face value. These are the good guys, and these are the bad guys. Why are they the bad guys? Because they're the bad guys. Because we said so. I mean, that's Luke Skywalker. Shut up. This is the bad guys. Luke Skywalker's going to come in and save the day. So don't question it. But here, you see the world being occupied by the Empire. These people, their whole planet being taken over, and they're forced to work in a system that they're not maybe 100% happy. There's probably some people who are happy with it, but some people who are not. And the way to really topple an oppressor like that, you got to get your hands dirty. It's not going to be all like lightsaber practices with your eyes blindfolded and with a floating orb and use the Force. No, shoot somebody in the face is what you got to do.
Not everybody is a Jedi.
Yeah,
you're not going to have your hero come save the day. You have to go and save yourself.
You have to shoot someone in the face. Yes.
Just like Han Solo.
Yeah.
In A New
Shoot
Hope.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not gonna alter it. We're not gonna say, oh, the other guy tried shooting first.
Yeah.
This one, he shoots him without the guy even being armed.
Because he was begging for his life, and I didn't appreciate it.
I didn't believe him. I knew.
I won't tell.
Yeah. Of course you're not.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
I know you're gonna turn me in.
Yeah.
When
he was bullying him in the bar.
Yeah.
That's a tough look for a little man, you know. And then when he got that gun in his face, bam, right in the face. It's like, who's the tough guy now?
Yeah, who
has the high ground?
Like, what a way to start a show, right? Like, I couldn't believe it, and I thought, okay, Andor, this is who he is. Mm-hmm. Like someone's gonna mess with him? Mm-hmm. No one's gonna mess with him.
Nobody. Yeah.
No.
So he's gonna do whatever. He's gonna do whatever it takes. So, episode 3, you would like it better than.
The previous
than episode 1 and 2. But you do have to see episodes 1 and 2 for the build up, because the betrayal of the like the girl that I forgot her name. What was her name? She wasn't his love interest. She wasn't the woman that he was looking for. But
Bix, right?
Yeah, they had a bond. They were close.
Yeah.
And the guy who was in love with her got emotional and jealous and betrayed him, and because he was all in his feelings of thinking that they were, more than just friends.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting himself killed for it, because that's what they say: snitches get stitches. It's not that complicated.
Spoiler alert.
Keep your mouth shut, and you won't get shot by the Empire. One thing I did like about the Empire, and I'm not gonna lie, if the Star Wars was real, I'd probably be a part of the Empire. I'm sorry, surprise. That's just fact. That whole conversation with the two officers is like the only way to sharpen your blades, you got to use it. I've been meaning to put a more iron fist to these planets that we're occupying and whatnot. Like that whole conversation, it's like, dude, the guy that's actually in charge should be the second in command, and the guy that's in second command should be in charge. Like he is what the Emperor likes, that the second in command dude. But the guy who's actually sort of in charge.
He was very nervous.
He wasn't battle tested. He's probably one of these guys that's been promoted because either he came into the military with his college degree and you instantly become a lieutenant. I don't know, or something like that.
I mean,
like right off the jump. Maybe his father, maybe he's privileged. Maybe his father was a general in the alliance, and
I feel like maybe there's yet to be seen why
he's not like battle tested at all, because he totally could not handle when the shit hit the fan.
When shit hit the fan,
but he was in charge,
and he just looked at like all the carnage that he just witnessed. He couldn't even handle it.
Yeah, and the guy who was in charge of him told him, just let it go. Like, we don't need any of this. You're gonna make a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. He disobeyed an order. He went out there to avenge the two Imperial officers who were killed by Andor, and he bit off more than he could chew. Because he seems like he's like one of these Game of Thrones type of characters who's like he's an opportunist. He wants the promotion. He wants the glory. He wants to be seen doing all this great stuff for the Empire. He has ambition. And right. That ambition almost got his ass killed.
Nixon said the guy in charge is from Game of Thrones. Do you recognize him, or is it just?
He was in Game of Thrones. No, I don't recognize him in Game of Thrones. You gotta let me know who he plays in Game of Thrones. But overall, episode 1 and 2, you gotta watch it, because it's like I said, it's Act 1 and 2 of a whole greater thing. It's the emotional payoff that you get by the third episode will only be felt if you watch, all three episodes from the first 2 episodes. So you got to watch it if you're interested in it.
I wanted to comment, if you did go see Rogue One, the re-release in IMAX, like I did, it actually showed a preview for Andor. It showed like a behind the scenes with the director of the show, and they were talking about how they created the show, and then they showed a scene from what I now know is from episode 3 when Stellan Skarsgård and
Skarsgård, that's what I was
yeah, and Diego Luna, their characters were talking to each other in that warehouse.
Yeah.
And I was seeing it in IMAX, but it was so cool because I'm like I'm seeing it like something new.
It seems like the way they shot it would have been great seeing it on that IMAX screen. I'm kind of jealous the way.
And I got to see the action scene too.
Yeah, because it looks like the same budget that they used for Rogue One.
Yeah,
I almost couldn't tell. It's probably because the practical effects and all that stuff. It looks so real, and that's it's just telling us that it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's probably that. It doesn't take CGI to make a good Star Wars story.
Well, I mean, unless you want to have your shit.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot. I mean, what I mean is it doesn't take 99.9% CGI to make a good Star Wars story.
Because you just need some good practical props.
Yeah.
Like one thing
Set the tone.
Yes. And one thing I love is that Cassian's blaster is a blaster from like one of the old Star Wars video games.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of little Easter eggs like that throughout the show that you'll see them if you want to look for them.
One of the things that I heard the director said that every cameo that's gonna be, it's not gonna be a cameo just for the sake of a cameo. Like, hi guys, there's is that a clone right there in the background? No, it's gonna mean something. It's not gonna be just for the sake of just doing it. Every person that appears that was in either the movies or in Rogue One that makes a cameo, it's going to have purpose. So it's not gonna just be fan service. Is what I heard.
I heard the same thing when Spider-Man No Way Home was going to come out. Like, oh, the other two Spider-Men are just going to be cameos. No, they actually had a purpose, and they developed their own story arc from their own films.
Yeah, and they brought that into yeah.
And I hope to see that in this show.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield's main purpose was to talk shit to Doctor Strange. Dude, we could have used your help back there. Dude. What the hell were you? That was the funniest part of that movie. Wizard, where the fuck were you? He was so pissed when he said that to him. Oh my God. I think Doctor Strange would have totally slapped Andrew Garfield. Like that's the Peter Parker that's the most witty. His wit cuts you deep. But guys, let us know what you guys thought about episodes 1, 2, and 3. Are you going to keep watching Andor? Are you looking forward to this season? I totally am. I can't wait to see what Skarsgård. I mean, the show really picked up when he came on screen. It stepped up like 10,000 notches. Them Skarsgårds, man. I mean, like that family in Disney.
It's like the Baldwins.
Yeah, they're the Baldwins of Disney right now, man. Them Skarsgårds, man, they are crushing it all the way around. I'm loving it. So, guys,
they're all great actors.
Anything else in the comments that we that we missed before we move on to the next topic?
So we just saw one of them in Barbarian. That was
Oh yeah, in Barbarian, one of the Skarsgård. Oh yeah. Nixon, some people have already seen episode 4. I don't understand how that works. You will.
There's episode 4?
Some people have already gotten advance access to see. John Campea has already seen 5 episodes from the John Campea show.
Oh, yeah,
because they apply to get just like when we go to advanced screenings. You can do the same thing. Like I have access to Netflix. If I can apply for certain movies that are coming out and TV series that are coming. I just keep forgetting to apply. You have to, unless you're, because this channel is we're like pretty much nobodies here. So I'm a member of, let me go full mass here. I'm a member of the Netflix media, team, but I have to ask them, can I watch this movie that's about to come out or this TV series that's about to come out? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get a no. Some movies I'll get a yes. And I heard the trick to it is I got to really butter them up. Oh, I've loved this director for so many years, and I love this actor. And then
are you a real reviewer? Because you're not going to express your
exactly. Well, exactly. How about I love movies and I will give it a fair review.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably look at it and be like, well, you only got 9,000 subscribers. That's where you guys come in. Hit the like and subscribe button and help us out. Maybe we can give you some more reviews. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about the Andor series. Babe, have we even convinced you to watch this? Are you gonna you got to be in a certain mood to watch it? Do I have to put it down to to get you to watch this or something?
I probably have to watch it during the day, not at night, because I'm.
Not at you don't. Oh, I have wrong camera on you. You said not at nights too. At night you want to always watch comedies and stuff like that. She just likes to laugh. She doesn't want,
maybe a horror film.
Right. Yeah. I was like, oh, there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't like the horror.
He's dragging me to one of those
Next week, yeah. We're going to see
which-
Smile. We're going to see Smile next week. So
yeah,
it's going to be.
I've seen a lot of previews about that one.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. So let's move on to the babe. What is the third topic?
Upcoming movie release dates.
Upcoming movie release dates. What do we got? Yeah, that's right. Upcoming movie release date. I thought there was a whole script. There's not.
No, that was it.
So, I was looking at IGN on Instagram, and they had a good list of the movies that are coming out, the remaining movies that are coming out this year, next year, and in 2004. So, real quick, I want to run down. Let me go.
I'm looking too.
Let's go full screen here. I got a list of what they had. So, no, we're not talking about that.
Are we looking at like the movies that are coming out like soonest, and then?
I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well. The movies that are coming out, like right here, I got some of they're displayed here on the screen. So I have a list of them. So guys, the question that I wanted to ask was, well, let me fix this. Which movies are you most excited about that are coming out this year, next year, and the year after? Are there any movies that are coming out that you're excited in seeing? I wanted to talk about that. You want me to run? I can run down the list that we have first, and then talk about it.
I think we can start off by doing it for each year.
Each month, or what?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Let me fix something.
I mean,
Oh,
I
you
still
have
have
it on
my
yours.
number one. For this
I
year.
do
I
have
see. You have yours.
I do have a list, but then I got a problem here. There's an issue with the wall that I'm having.
Wall?
The topic wall. It's gonna bug me until I fix it. So let me fix it because I'm just that weird. I'm sorry, guys. So there.
Nixon's birthday's coming up.
It's
She's
fixed.
got movies.
Happy
movies
birthday!
coming
yeah.
out on her birthday.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
So let me pull up some of these movies that are coming out. Movies like The Flash. Movies like, oh, you know what? I can't. This is gonna bug me if it's just only The Flash. I gotta loop this. Can't just look at The Flash. All that. Amsterdam is
I'm
coming out.
excited about that one.
Black Adam. Things like that. So let me pull up some of these movies. Let's start with the remaining movies that are coming out in 2022. So we have on the list. Let's see. We have what is going on? Why isn't that okay? The Banshee of Inisherin. I haven't seen a trailer to that at all. And Amsterdam is coming out in October. Halloween Ends, the third Halloween movie, comes out in October 14th, followed by Black Adam, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not hearing too much talk about that. What about you? Are you excited about seeing Black Adam?
I am. Yeah. The
that
Rock,
look
The Rock has
like-
been talking about this movie for years.
Yeah. I'm like, that. I'm about to say that was a lot of confidence in his voice. I am.
Well, it's because like
If they fuck up Dr. Faith, I'm gonna be pissed.
I feel like The Rock always presents himself as a superhero, and I think it'd be cool to finally see what that is. Like how The Rock would look as an actual superhero.
Right.
And he's been talking about this film for years, and I thought I kind of forgot about it for a while. I'm like, is this film actually going to come out, or is this just him just talking about another film that he's in?
Nixon says Secret Invasions is the only movie I'm excited. Secret Invasions is
that's
a
not
series. That's a
No,
series.
it's 2023. She
Yeah.
put on there 2023.
But
Secret Invasion, isn't that
is
with
Secret Invasion a series? Not a movie.
Isn't that with Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, that's the one. That's a series.
Yeah.
That's a series. Sorry, Nixon. We're talking movies.
We're talking movies.
But what I'll be honest with you. I can give or take Black Adam now. I'm gonna watch it. But if Superman now they've teased it. If Superman isn't in it, I'm gonna.
Or Batman?
Something else better wow me. Even Batman would be okay because Ben Affleck. I like the fact that he's slowly kind of gone like out of retirement, unretired himself to keep playing. He's played that damn character more times since he stopped being Batman than he played it when he was officially Batman. That is crazy to me. But I'm kind of more excited about seeing the Weird Al Yankovic story.
I'm definitely seeing that movie.
It's not gonna go to theaters. It's gonna be on Roku. You got a Roku, right?
I mean, it would be nice.
We got 3 Rokus. You can borrow one.
Yeah.
We got Rokus.
Ever since I saw that trailer, I'm like, holy shit! Like
that trailer was funny, right?
It was so funny that he's like, I'm looking at music, and I'm like, how can I make a parody of it? And then he does, and it's just wonderful how he did.
It threw me off that it wasn't going to be a true like what do they call it, a biopic of him. It was a kind of a parody of it. But then I thought about it. Why wouldn't Weird Al make a parody of his own biopic? Like, it's obviously going to tell the true story as I'm sure as he wants to tell it. But of course, it's fitting that he does a little parody of himself of it too, and not take himself too seriously. Of course, Weird Al would
Daniel Radcliffe, I know he's gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Like he's.
When I heard him sing "My Bologna," I was like, "That perfect, perfect." What about you, baby? Any of these movies that you see on the list that you're interested in seeing? Let me pull the list back up again for you.
I mean, I like comedies, so I'll give the Weird Al a shot.
We got, and after that, we have like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. That the whole controversy with that. How are they going to handle Chadwick being gone? Are they going to?
I am all for recasting.
I am too. I'm team recast all the way.
Because that's what they do with a lot of films that go on for a long time, like James Bond. They just tell their stories, and then the actor, stops being, and then. You go on.
They recast War Machine after one movie. I mean, they don't care about recasting. Yeah. I don't.
People just are hard. They're
stuck
having a hard time separating the fact that it was such a sad ending. It wasn't that he personally was like, "I'm done."
Right. Or there was no controversy. There was no
something like that where everybody would be like, "Oh, well, he stepped down." No.
Right.
It was a sad, he died.
Yeah,
so now everybody's so crushed by it that they feel they want to take offense.
Disney was more afraid of offending people than being faithful to the story.
And I don't think
and that's not what Chadwick would have even.
No,
his own brother confirmed that's not what Chadwick would have wanted.
And I think Chadwick would want someone to continue the story and to continue the legacy done right.
Yeah.
And I would think just recasting the character with a really good actor.
His own brother said that Chadwick did what he did with every character that he played. He tried to disappear. He never wanted you to see Chadwick Boseman. He always wanted you to see the character he was playing and everything that he did. So Chadwick has passed, but T'Challa is still alive. It's a whole thing. I know.
And we
there's a whole movement.
We kind of saw him in the trailer. We saw his arm and his hand in the trailer.
We saw. Maybe I'm pretty sure they're going to show like him in the suit and somebody pretending to be being T'Challa, but we're never going to see his face, and it's probably going to be like a flashback kind of a thing that's going to lead to his death in the movie.
Do you think that they're going to surprise us with a recasting? That's what I'm thinking.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. What's his name? Kevin Feige said it officially. We are not going to recast. I mean. He was very firm on that one. I mean, he wasn't even joking. He wasn't even kidding around.
I mean, it would be nice because then it just doesn't give people a chance to go, man, that dude, that's who you picked? Oh, I hate him. Or he'd be terrible. They would just get to see it in action and go,
to just throw it,
wow.
to just throw it. You mean just do it without telling anybody?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't get a chance to argue. They just see it in action
and
go,
because look what they're doing.
And he was great. I would have never.
Look what they did to Ben Affleck. Look what they're doing to that damn mermaid. We don't need that for Chadwick.
Just to see a new actor in action and portraying the role right.
Now, would you?
I think that'd be great.
Now, here's the question: would you want it to be the 616, this MCU's version of T'Challa, or would you want it to be somebody coming from the portal from another universe as T'Challa?
No, I would think it would be
another universe.
I think it'd be our universe.
You want it to be our universe.
Just because whatever happens in our universe doesn't affect the MCU. Like I would think that whatever is in that universe should just stay in that universe.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm all for recasting, and I think if done right, the movie will. I think people will really enjoy it.
All right. Well, moving on. We're rounding off 2022. We got The Whale with Brandon Fraser.
Everyone's saying good things about it.
That's saying Oscars.
Just hearing the topic of the movie doesn't necessarily interest me. I love Brendan Fraser, and I'm now a big fan of Sadie Sink, so I want to see it.
I want to see it too. Yeah.
Yeah. And the big one,
Avatar.
I'm about to go rewatch the first one.
I'm still where I was before. I'm between 1 billion to 1.5. At first, I was saying it was not going to make $1 billion. Then, when we got closer to it actually finally coming out after 30,000 years, the feels started to come back alive again. Never bet against James Cameron.
He's gonna hook you back in.
Yeah, he's very good at that. And it's happening. But to me, it's somewhere between $1 billion to 1.5. I'm nowhere near going to 2 billion for this. I don't care how good the movie being good will mean it'll make a ton of money. It's going nowhere near where the first Avatar went, and I doubt it'll even go to 2 billion. Now, James Cameron also makes movies that are very friendly for like China will play it. It will play all over the world, so it could. I mean,
and
Spider-Man almost made 2 billion without China.
Yeah. So
it could, but I doubt it. I still feel like it's been too long.
Top Gun Maverick is getting over there without the help of China either.
Right. But I'll stand by my very mean thing that I say about it. More Avatar fans have died than are being born. I'm sorry. And that void, I'm sorry, I'm spitting. That 12-year void between movies was filled very effectively by MCU.
But that's also why they're re-releasing the first one.
Yeah,
and it's coming out literally this weekend.
I'm probably the only person over here who's like, I could have cared less about the first one and have zero interest in seeing.
You are in the minority,
and that
they did 3D very well. I'll give that is the best movie in 3D I've ever seen in my life. He perfected 3D.
It was just the movie for me. I saw the first one, and I didn't. It wasn't like a movie that went like, oh, I hate this. It was just like, it's just
Dances with Wolves.
It's just very like, meh. Okay, it's fine. There's nothing special. I don't know why everybody's going cuckoo crazy nuts about this movie when it's just a very.
It's a good movie, but you know what else people stop talking about?
It broke ground with the 3D at the time.
But not only that, it broke pocketbooks. 3D tickets are very expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, one 3D ticket, you bought 3 damn tickets on a regular screen. like technically, that's another reason why it became the highest grossing movie of all time. The damn tickets were expensive, and he's gonna try to do that shit again. I didn't think about that, so it could make $2 billion.
And people would go and rewatch it in 3D
because the 3D was so good. And then they forced that 3D on you. Those expensive ass tickets, and it was so, we spent a lot of time on that one. And rounded it off with Glass Onion, the next.
Well, I thought Knives Out was really good.
Yeah, I watched that. I liked it.
Regardless of what people think about Rian Johnson with what he did with Star Wars, I do think that he
crushed it with. He crushed it with Knives Out.
Yeah, and I feel like with Knives Out, he really wanted to do something what he's always wanted to do. When he's passionate about something, when he really wants to do something, like with Knives Out and with Looper, he did that one. He can make a very good film. Yeah. And I feel like with Star Wars, it was just like, oh, I know what Star Wars is, but I want to create my own version of Star Wars. And I don't really think it worked. Some people can disagree, but I'm really excited about Glass Onion. I saw the trailer. The cast, it's an ensemble of great cast in this movie. I can't wait for it.
You are together on that. I barely caught the first one on streaming. And with it being back on theaters, a lot of people are catching Avatar again. But now it's moving on to 2023, the movies that are coming out top of the list in February, right before our son's birthday. Ant-Man and the Wasps. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania.
Oh, yes. So
the first time we get to see Kang.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I can't wait because Kang is going to be the villain in the Avengers films.
Dude playing Kang is jacked. Have you seen him?
No, but I know he's in the Loki TV show.
Yeah, he's going to be in the Loki TV, and I think he's going to be in Creed 3. He's getting jacked. That dude is he looks like he could take all the Avengers by himself and Thanos. Then after that, in March we got Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
The first Shazam was such a good movie. It was so much fun.
It was fun.
And
you really watched a guy like tap into that 12-year-old mind and whatnot. They did that very well.
And the ending when like all of them turn into the gods. Is that
when they all got to say Shazam?
Yeah. It was such a fun movie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one for sure. John Wick 4.
And that's what Nixon was saying. I have access to John Wick 4 now. What?
Okay.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll
where
talk,
are your
Nixon.
sources, bro?
We'll talk. Well, no, Nixon's a good. She's a good source. I trust her. So we'll talk after the show.
Send me the link.
So yeah, I'm excited about seeing John Wick 4. Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3, March.
We haven't heard much about it.
I don't, and you know what? And I don't need to. Getting a little piece of them in Thor: Love and Thunder was good enough. That to me, I'll call that the first trailer. That's what I call that. I want to see what they're going to do with this Gamora thing.
I heard that this will be the last one.
Yeah. Well, there's a Christmas one coming.
Well, actually, I did kind of spoil myself. I did look at the leak trailer from San Diego Comic-Con, and I mean, James Gunn did really well with the first and second. I know he's going to do well with the third one too. So, I know he's going to knock it out of the park like he usually does with all of his films, like the Suicide Squad. Yeah, such a great film.
Then going to what we got here in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That Into the Spider-Verse movie was such a surprising hit. I like the fact that it introduced people to Miles Morales, and it made people comfortable with a Miles Morales, a live action Miles Morales. I don't think we'll get the same kind of Little Mermaid feedback. Well, technically he did when the comic book first came out. Oh, people were losing their minds, about Miles Morales. But now I think with that movie, it made people. I think he's like accepted. Yeah, this is a black guy we can accept. I guess I don't know.
But I like that they're showing him as a kid.
Yeah.
And that this shows like his family and his dad and his mom.
Yeah.
And what I like the most, the art style. It looks straight out of a comic book.
Yeah.
I love it.
And people didn't think that was going to work. People thought that was the thing that was going to make this look weird, but it worked so well. That art style was
you can
awesome.
Pause the movie at any moment, and
it looks like a comic book panel. It looks like comic book
panel. You're flipping the pages.
Yeah.
The art is just
so good. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right about that.
I really appreciate how they made that film, and of course, there's a reason why it won the Oscar for Best Animated Film.
I got it right in the right part. Into the Spider-Verse. But next, The Flash.
Ooh, a lot of controversy around that one.
Ezra again.
For all of this, it better be a doggone good movie.
Are they even going to release it at this point?
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
They've invested $200 million.
They're not going to market it that much. They're not going to have press because they're not. The actors are not going to go out and market, do press junkets because you're sitting across from any actor that's in the Flash movie. What's your first question?
So is Ezra Miller
exactly.
just as shitty as he actually is?
This interview is over. The second you say Ezra, somebody's marketing team is like, this interview is over. It's it. They're not going to do it.
They tell them ahead of time.
It's like you just sit down.
You will not ask any questions.
They're going to try. They would try. Please, but that one person that's always going to want to scoop everybody else. They're going to ask.
Yeah,
they're going to ask.
It's like the moment you sit down, you're like, can I ask a question about him?
Yeah.
I would like to.
Or you know. Is he Jesus? That's what they're gonna do.
Is he behind me? That's what I want to
know. Exactly. And then in July, Mission Impossible 7. You think he can? Now, do you think now that Tom has gotten his first $1 billion movie out the way with Top Gun?
Man, Top Gun.
Do you think Mission Impossible? I'm surprised that none of them have made a billion. I thought that was already $1 billion franchise by now, but
I think it's because Top Gun Maverick was such a good movie.
Do you think there's a greater chance that this? I still haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. Or Top Gun. Suck it. I have not seen either. I will watch it. I'm going to do a first time watching it on the channel.
I really hope you do. It is.
And I'm
It is
like-
probably my favorite film this year so far.
The Nixon was just giving us the lowdown that Margot Robbie was embarrassed by some leaked photos of her and Barbie. You mean the ones that were her and Ken, or are we talking about new photos? So because I know Barbie's coming out in July. That's a summer movie. I didn't think. Oh, and fall right behind, right before the Marvels. I think the Marvels is going to do very well. I believe that
With Captain Marvel made $1 billion in the box office.
Yeah. Despite whatever those the ass clowns online who think that Disney bought those tickets will say, no, the movie made $1 billion.
I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, I'm
saw
sorry.
it
I don't
too.
care how empty your theater was. You don't speak for every theater in the world. And then on
Not
top of
just
that,
current,
it makes
man.
no sense why a company would not do that. It's a waste of money. Why would they want to spend their money when you're going to spend your money? It's stupid. Everybody has their theories. But the Marvels, I feel like it's gonna make. I think it could make more than the first Captain Marvel, because I feel like people are gonna want to support Ms. Marvel, and she's gonna. I think the dynamic between her and Brie Larson is gonna be hilarious. I don't know. I don't know.
Depending on how good the writing is, I would think so. Yeah.
That moment when she walks out of the bedroom and and Brie Larson has to talk to Kamala Khan's parents, that's gonna be hilarious. Why is our daughter's idol like in our house? Like what that whole thing is gonna be. The dad is gonna be. It's gonna be funny. I feel like it's gonna be funny. But let's move on to
The next film on here, we have
Which
3
one?
films left. Oh, the Oppenheimer. I
What
just want to say.
What you got?
I saw when I saw I think it was Top Gun Maverick or Nope in IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was Nope. It showed a preview for.
That's the
Oppenheimer.
Nolan film, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer is the latest Nolan film.
Right.
I know it's going to be like an IMAX kind of like treat if you go and see it, because it's going to have that 1:4:3 aspect ratio. It's going to have that square aspect ratio that IMAX has, and it's going to be another one of Nolan's hits. I'm for sure. If you've looked at the cast of Oppenheimer, it's all A-list actors, every single one of them, and I just think it's going to be great. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah. It's Nolan. I know it's gonna crush. Continuing on in 2023, let's see. We have late of 2023.
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, with my boy from Cobra Kai as the Blue Beetle. I can't wait to see that. That's coming out in August. October 6th, we have Kraven the Hunter. Didn't that get pushed? Is that the date that it got pushed to from Sony? Kraven the Hunter. And then in November, we have Blade.
Finally.
You think they're gonna do the blood sprinkler again? People keep wanting to. I mean, they even brought up the blood sprinklers in
What we do in
the shadows. Blood sprinklers. I like that. That scene was so iconic that they even joked about it on that TV show. What we do in the shadows. I don't know. I don't think they will. But it would be funny if they did. Dune 2. I still have to see Dune 1. Another movie I'm going to watch for the first time. I'll do a first time watching. I'll catch up.
Yeah, you need to watch that one. Dune is pretty epic.
I mean,
that's what I'll say. It's an epic film.
But is it? No. I do like Zendaya. Wonka.
Which is
Speaking of
same actor.
Speaking of Timothée Chalamet,
is going to be Wonka.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about? Did you hear about that? That Timothée Chalamet is going to be Willy Wonka.
I did, but
I feel like he's going to do. I feel like Wonka would be great if he does what he did on Saturday Night Live. That yeet skirt. I think that would be a good way to start the movie.
Wonka is an eccentric character. Like that's just who Wonka is, and I think he can play a great character in that film.
You know who Timothée Chalamet should play? If they reboot and recast Pee Wee Herman. Everybody wanted. I know this is out of left field. They wanted what's his name? Edward Scissorhands. They wanted Johnny Depp to play Pee Wee Herman. That was the thing. That was about to happen.
I could see that.
I could see that. Definitely, I could see that.
Yeah.
But if he played Wonka, and now if Charlamagne, if he's playing Wonka, then he could be a younger version. They could start PBR. He's not going to do it. He's too much of a class actor. I mean, Johnny Depp is too, but he's not above playing Pee Wee Herman. So
no, and I don't think he needs to.
Yeah,
I don't even know what roles he's going to be in next.
He'll be fine. He'll be. He's going to get work before his ex-wife does. Next, after that, rounded off in December, we have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, all the way in Christmas of 2023. Damn,
a long ways from now.
A long ways. And that movie's almost. That movie's done.
Like, what are they waiting for? To be honest,
they're waiting for
Johnny
Depp. They're waiting for Johnny Depp to get to be cast in it. Probably, I don't know. They're going to recast Amber Heard's character with Johnny Depp. I don't know.
I heard that somehow they're going to try to edit a lot of her scenes out of the movie, but
they said that the script with the final cut versus the script, a lot of things were cut out. But newsflash, that happens in every movie. All scripts are longer than the final cut. That's why it's called a cut. This is a cut
it's like
of the
an
movie.
Assembly cut. Then you cut it down to how the theatrical run is.
And why wouldn't Warner Brothers cut most of her scenes out? The whole situation was problematic. They can't do that to Ezra Miller because he is the Flash. It's like if Johnny Depp was divorcing what's his name? Who's playing Aquaman? What's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Then it would be the same situation going on with the Flash. It's problematic when the title character got all this personal stuff,
Yeah, then you might as well just cancel the film then.
Yeah, exactly. Mara is not that consequential. But starting in 2024, we got Madam Web, and people are saying some good things about it. I didn't from the actors that brought us Rogue One. She's playing Madam Web. You're looking for a trailer or something?
Spin-off from Spider-Man centering on a clairvoyant mutant named Madam Web.
Yep, Sony. Looking forward to that.
And the first image I see is from Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage on here.
Emily Clark should have been the next Mirror. Emily Clark, yeah. If there was anybody I would have replaced her with, it definitely would have been Emily Clark. But I'm excited to see Emily Clark in Secret Invasions. And then in early 2024, we have Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's what they're calling it. So it's Into the Spider-Verse. Then it's.
Wait, what was the other one?
The other one was. Let me go back.
Through the Spider-Verse or something.
Across the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and now it's Beyond the Spider-Verse. Good. Okay. I'm glad. I didn't like that Into the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Into the Spider-Verse Part 2 stuff. I didn't like that. I was hoping that they would come up with a better title. Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2.
I mean, they're kind of
doing the same thing. It says Part 1.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, it looks like they changed the title, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. I like that better. I don't like the Across the Spider-Verse Part 2. I like Beyond the Spider-Verse makes more sense.
I honestly think with both of these films that are having sequels, Spider-Man and Mission Impossible, I think that the sequels to them, it's going to depend how much money they make with the films that are going to be released before that. I would hope that they are good enough to that the sequels will make even more money than their predecessor. So, I do think that the next Mission Impossible could make $1 billion based on the
based on what happened with Top Gun. This one of those movies is going to cross $1 billion. It's got to. I feel like this is time.
Yeah.
That franchise should have been. I did not like Mission Impossible 1 all that much. I hated Part 2. Then I saw Part 3 and I was like, it was almost like the Fast and Furious franchise. If you didn't like the first 3 movies,
they evolved.
It went into a direction like, okay, this is going somewhere that I can get down with. And Mission Impossible did that. After the third one, I was like, they found their voice. Yeah. I like the way they do it now.
And I haven't seen any. I saw the first several, but that was it.
Yeah, the tone they did a Fast and Furious it's almost like they introduced The Rock into the franchise and it went totally to this new direction kind of thing.
With Fast and Furious, it's like, okay, we're doing street racing. No, we're gonna do.
Now we're spy. Now we're international.
We're spies. We're doing heists. Now with these new, they're superheroes. With Mission, they don't even die.
With Mission Impossible, it was like we're serious spies. And then by part 4, it was like, but we're having a little fun with it now. They introduced fun.
And none of it is believable, but you know what?
But it
doesn't matter because
it's fun.
It's dumb popcorn fun, and they know it.
Yeah.
They know
that they know what
formula
doing.
works for them now.
Captain America
saying go bigger and better. You know,
the Captain America New World Order. I think by the end of that
Anthony
movie,
Mackie as Captain America.
I think that Chris Evans will be in that movie, whether he's old or you're young. I believe that we're gonna get young Captain America again by the last Avengers movie. He will be back as Captain America, but I don't think it's gonna happen in New World Order. I think New World Order will be an Anthony Mackie movie from beginning to end, and the leader is supposed to be the villain of it. So I'm excited about that.
Nixon, I cried too. You weren't alone.
And then last, rounded it off for even further beyond. July 2024, we got the Thunderbolts. Can't wait to see that. Even though we got 3 super soldiers on the same team, that dynamic. You got 3 Russians on there. How is U.S. Agent gonna deal with the fact that the team is being led by a Russian, and there's 2 other Russians out there? There's 3 Russians on this team. Yeah. U.S. Agent is going to go berserk having to be a part of this team. U.S. Agent is going to.
The cast in here is so good too.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at it.
Yeah.
Like Sebastian Stan is also in it. Mm-hmm. Wyatt Russell, who's in the Falcon Winter Soldier show, he's in it.
Mm-hmm. U.S. Agent. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. His character is not gonna take orders from is it Yelena? What's Black Widow's name? Yelena. Yeah.
Yelena.
Yeah. He's not gonna take orders from her. She's the leader. He's not going to take orders from her.
No, he didn't take orders from anyone.
He's an American. I'm not going to take orders from Miss Putin. That's what he's going to probably say. It's going to be hilarious. I can't wait to see how that's going to fall out. And then follow it off with Joker.
This is going to be a musical.
You know why that's not weird? Remember when Joker killed those guys in the subway?
Yeah.
And went to the bathroom? Mm-hmm. It had that was a music. He plays music in his mind. Like he said it in that movie. I thought my life was a tragedy, but it's a comedy. Now my life is no longer a comedy. Now it's a musical. I think this is all like when he probably sees Harley Quinn, he's probably gonna fall in love. And we've seen the Joker in the first one do a musical in his own mind. So it's gonna be like, I don't think it's gonna be, let's sing like it's a Disney thing. I think it's going to be all in his head. They're going to probably sing, but it's going to be we're going to know that it's him going crazy.
I just want to know
like Lady Gaga isn't really going to be singing. It's going to be his imagination. Okay. It's happening in his imagination.
That's the part Lady Gaga's going to play.
Yeah, Harley. Yeah. And then we're going to find, I'm just trying to figure out who this cast is for Fantastic Four. That's the big question.
But we now know who's going to write and direct it.
Who did that? That news was.
I'm going to look.
The writer and the director was dropped.
That just dropped. That news just dropped.
Avatar.
Yeah, this is the Gaga one.
Avatar 3 is coming out in 2024. Avatar. Technically, did you know that technically when James Cameron first started those projects, Avatar, I think 2022 was when Avatar 5 was originally supposed to be coming out. These movies are supposed to be done by now.
So why the 10-year gap?
Because he wanted to perfect the water effects.
The underwater sequences for the new film.
He wasn't going to release it until he got it right. He just now he just now figured out his password and he unlocked the computer that was holding him up.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it, again, I don't want to see the movie. I'm not saying it can't work because that was Tom Cruise's whole thing why there was not a Top Gun before now is because he had envisioned in his mind stuff that couldn't be done previously because it just wasn't.
Because they had to develop new technology to put cameras inside the cockpits because he wanted to film this.
He wanted it to be very real. Real. He didn't want it to be.
He's like, no CGI. Yeah. We're gonna shoot this film inside these planes. We're gonna do this for real, and all the better for it.
Fantastic Four cast has been all over the place. I'm so glad they played Jodie Comer in Summer Storm because even Emily has been rumored. Amelia has been rumored. Yeah. Amelia Clark. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And we already talked about the Avengers, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. Obviously, we're looking forward to that. Those movies are both coming out in 2025.
I just want to know who is going to be the Avengers this time. By the time
with Kang being the master of time, I'm sure they're gonna have. I think whoever the new Avengers are going to. I'm sure there's gonna be all that set up in Kang Dynasty, and then while he's fighting, he might pull some Avengers from the past and resurrect all the ones that have died.
Awesome.
It's gonna be. I'm telling you, they're gonna multiverse it up, and they're gonna do some crazy stuff. And then round it off. We already talked about Avatar 4 and 5. And
do we know who's the director for Secret Wars? Because I know
I don't think
the Russo brothers wanted to direct that.
There's been rumors that what's his name, the Coogler,
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler could be directing one of the Black Panther director could be directing one of these movies. There's a lot of rumors. There hasn't been nothing official yet, but there's a lot of rumors out there.
The movie is 3 years away.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
All right, and the final. So guys, let us know what you guys think. What's about these upcoming movies? What's the movie that you're looking forward to the most from the list that came out from IGN? Are you most looking forward to Avatar, or are you looking forward to Kang Dynasty? The answer is obviously Avengers. There's Madam Web. It's Joker Folie à Deux. You want to see Lady Gaga sing a song and slit throats. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, and then Joker is shooting more people in the face.
Yeah, more shots to the face. That's what we need. Notice there was no Star Wars movies in that whole slot. You notice that?
No, but we're gonna have more Star Wars TV shows like The Mandalorian season 3.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure when that comes out.
Oh yeah.
I think it comes out next year. I'm not that sure. But they're doing more TV shows of Star Wars, and then I think it was like maybe 2025 is when we're going to do another Star Wars film with Taika Waititi, but nothing's really come from that yet.
After Thor: Love and Thunder, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets canceled.
Yeah, ever since Episode 9, I don't think they know what to do with Star Wars as far as the films go. So,
and after Andor and the Acolyte, I think we'll know. I think it's going to get dark. Guys, let us know what you guys think about the movies that are coming out, and we'll talk about it maybe on an upcoming We Got Your Mail. So now, what is the last topic? Because it's getting late. Let's get out of here. What's the last topic of the week?
Let's see. Keke Palmer as possibly Rogue in an X-Men movie.
Oh, yeah.
It says after people got a look at the teaser of the upcoming live adaptation of The Little Mermaid, and we all know how that was received with such love and appreciation. Mm-hmm. The internet is now looking to see what major comic book character Keke Palmer could take on ever since her amazing, energetic performance in Nope. There are more and more growing voices saying she could or should play Rogue, the mutant who absorbs the powers or memories of any person touching her skin in the upcoming MCU X-Men film that was first portrayed on screen by Anna Paquin?
I think so, yeah. I think that's Anna Paquin. So, Rogue. Who is looking forward to seeing Rogue being played by Keke? Look, first let me talk a little bit about Keke Palmer first before I go in there. So a guy on TikTok, I forgot his name. I think I had it on the full screen. Did a fan. Oh, that's the wrong one. Did a fan casting saying that. I think he meant it as a joke, but he also meant it. He's very serious about this, because with all the hoopla about the whole Little Mermaid thing, there he is. TikTok courtesy of Jacob for Dridgeway. He said he thinks that Keke Palmer should play Rogue, and then that video went viral, and it started to catch fire. Now people are asking for it, and it's making the same similar uproar, just like with. Little Mermaid and stuff like that. Now, the reason why I feel like a lot of people would be upset with more people being played by black people on the X-Men is because people have already started to calm down and accept the idea of Professor X and or Magneto being recast to update the story from the Holocaust to maybe something like like apartheid and from South Africa apartheid to update, because if you want to have Magneto in present day, you can't really go back as far as the Holocaust without like really changing the character. Everybody keeps saying the same thing. We'll give Magneto the X healing factor, make him be able to age slower and stuff. That's not his
his
power.
power.
That's not his
That's
power.
not his power.
You're
no.
really
That's Wolverine's power.
These same people who are saying that's why I don't like the change the races, because why can't they stay like the original story? Okay, that also implies with changing powers, but updating the story to fit, current events and stuff makes sense. So I feel like the haters or the trolls, they've kind of made their peace with a possible Denzel Washington playing Magneto or something like that, or whatever.
I don't even think that would fit, to be honest.
I mean, if he played if Magneto was born in South Africa and was from apartheid, he would be a black man.
No, I was thinking more like.
Or if he would play Professor X or something.
Yeah, I
like
was
that.
thinking more like Forrest Whitaker kind of type.
Nix and I support RGP being cast as anything they would like to.
Yeah.
Any and all things they would like to cast him as, please.
But Rogue being white or black doesn't affect anything. I mean, a Southern girl, a girl from the South. There's black people in the South, and I've seen people on TikTok saying stuff like. This is a redhead. They made it a redhead issue. This is another attack against redheads. Because Rogue is a redhead. Newsflash: Rogue is a brunette. She's not a redhead.
She's a brunette.
Tell me you don't know the character without saying you don't know the character.
With some white hair.
Yeah, with white hair on top. And she's always been a brunette. Now maybe they'll use some red on certain some scenes, but she is brunette.
The character who has red head is Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's the redhead.
Yeah.
The X-Men.
And if you care about red hair so much, I mean, Haley Bailey has red hair in that Little Mermaid movie that's coming out. But people are still bitching about her being the Little Mermaid. Her hair is red. What the hell you want? Black people there are black people with red hair.
Oh yeah.
Natural red hairs. And freckles. Look, I don't know. Like, I feel like it could be any character. I don't care. If Keke Palmer was to be in the MCU, there's a lot of characters that's out there. Rogue is just an interesting one.
Because her power is to absorb power.
Yeah.
That's how she's absorbed power from so many different mutants and superheroes.
That's what the guy said on TikTok. He said, "I want to see Keke Palmer absorb Brie Larson's power and throw a truck at her or something like that." You would be.
She could be insanely powerful if she wanted
to. The question is, and she takes the characteristics of the people that she absorbs too. She takes their memories and stuff, and sometimes I think she takes their characteristics a little bit, right? Like when she absorbed Wolverine, she got a little mean, a little bit. I feel like Keke Palmer could pull it off, but there's so many other characters. I feel like her because Rogue is a very serious character, and I like Keke Palmer's like beating her energy, like in Nope, like that the way she did her thing in Nope. I feel like there's got to be another character besides Rogue. I wouldn't be upset with it, but I feel like there's got to be another character that fits her personality better than Rogue. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
Maybe Jubilee. I feel like that.
You would piss off the Asian community.
I would probably, because I'm looking right now. I'm like probably piss off the Asian community.
No, like nope, not doing that. But at the same time, I wouldn't have any other problem. Is there any other X-Men character? I mean, we are so far away from. People are really making a big deal about this because they feel like Disney is purposely making it. We're gonna race swap as many characters as we want because we want to see people's heads explode. No, that's not what they said. They said that they are doing open casting. That they are going to pick the person who fits the character and does the best job in audition, despite whatever color they are. This is not a reverse thing that used to happen in Hollywood where it's like only white people can apply. This is not happening. They are letting everybody apply and they're letting everybody audition, and they're giving the role to the person who does.
Or they
Haley Bailey is a singer. She is a singer.
They would have very few closeted Hispanics or African Americans that they could pass off as white.
Right.
Yeah.
Be actresses, you know.
Yeah, yes, what they used to do back in the day.
Can we change their name?
Like
Marilyn
Monroe, right?
What can we do? As long as people will see that they look white enough.
You're talking about back in the day, what they used to do back in the day.
Ana de Armas, she's Puerto Rican. and Ana de Armas, who's playing Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but Marilyn Monroe was Hispanic. Didn't we look that up?
She has a Hispanic background.
She had a Hispanic background that nobody knew that was kept on the wraps. So technically, her casting is perfect because the Marilyn Monroe was Hispanic that nobody really knew about.
There were numerous Hispanic actresses back then, but they changed their name, had them dye their hair.
Charlie Sheen.
As long as they would
Charlie
able
Sheen.
to be perceived as white.
Yeah, because his name is not because his last name is Estevez.
Yeah,
he changed it to
none of this stuff
it was Ramon Estevez, and he changed it too.
None of this matters to the actual. I mean, people always make that joke. Well, what if we had Ryan Gosling play Black Panther? Black Panther is a character born in Africa from a tribe that has no white people in it, and his race is essential to the character. Superman is a Kryptonian.
It's a made up.
It's a made up race, an alien. He just happened to be invented in a time when if the makers of Superman would have made him any other race, Warner Brothers, DC was not going to put that on the books. It was like, nope, Christian white male. That Superman was invented by Jewish artists. Why isn't Superman Jewish? Because they were not going to let that happen. In Kansas, Christian white male. That's what's going to. That's what we want.
Also an alien from
exactly.
another
now,
planet.
He's an alien from another planet, but we're going to teach him about the Lord, and he's going to celebrate Christmas.
But then he's like, I don't fit in with anybody.
Yeah.
This is not who I am.
So characters like that, characters like Rogue, even Magneto. Everybody knows Magneto's Holocaust history. That wasn't his history when the character was first invented. That happened in 1981. And it was such a good story that it just stuck. So why? So it doesn't matter to change. I know it would matter to the people like the Jewish community. I can't speak for the Jewish community. I know they would probably be upset about it because it's been so long and it really does fit very well with that character. But I mean, sometimes if it's not essential to the character, then it's. You can have Magneto be a character, modern day Magneto, who's maybe his grandfather was a Holocaust survivor or something like that. If you want to do it that way, if you want to keep going in that direction, but him being, but Magneto being Jewish, Rogue being a Southern white girl instead of a Southern black girl or something, a mermaid being a white redhead is not essential to the character. It's not. These are characters where you can make these changes that it doesn't affect anything. Ryan Gosling playing Malcolm X does not make sense. Malcolm X was real. Like all these people making these stupid comparisons. It just. I
think a lot of them were just trolling.
Yeah, they were just trying to troll.
Because they're like, oh, we're gonna do this. Okay, I'll make this joke.
Yeah. Well, what about we do a Martin Luther King movie and have him being played by Tom Cruise? Yeah, because
And then he's gonna fly some planes.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw somebody made a meme that was like, hey, I mean, while we're already making everybody angry with Little Mermaid, we could just cast the prince, the male, the lead, as
I think he is gonna be played by I forgot.
No, they were like, we should just cast that as Ruby Rose, like we'll just go.
Oh yeah, I saw that meme. Ruby Rose as what was his name? Not Prince Valiant.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name, but that was funny. That was
there's
funny.
A picture of her dressed in like a suit
and in a white shirt, and he kind of looked like the prince.
Yeah, it did look very similar.
Look.
Like
Keke Palmer is a great.
Oh,
he's looking at the meme right now. He just found the meme. There you go. He's like, yes, let's do that.
I had to look it up, and then they have like comparisons of her wearing a white shirt, just like the prince from Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Look, Keke Palmer is having a moment, and I feel like I would love to see her in these movies. If she even addressed it. She even talked about it a little bit on an interview that she did with Variety. Was it Variety? But I mean, look, it's possible. We got Mr. Fantastic played by was Jim from The Office. What's his name?
Oh, Jim from The Office.
We got that, and that was pretty much fan casting and whatnot. So, hey, maybe in a multiverse kind of a thing, maybe the official X-Men John Krasinski, maybe it would happen. Look, it's not gonna kill the franchise. I mean, this is not Malcolm X being played by Tom Cruise. Like her race is not essential to. I mean, the character.
In Multiverse of Madness, they had what was her name? She was playing Captain Marvel in another universe. Mm-hmm. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, in that universe, instead of Brie Larson's character being the one to test the pilot, I think her friend was the one who tried to test it out, and she became Captain Marvel. It wasn't about, but she wasn't playing Cara Danvers. She was still Rambo.
She was still her.
But she was
herself,
just
But she became.
But she just became Captain
yeah.
Marvel. It wouldn't be something. No. I'm pretty sure what this person is asking for is for Keke Palmer to play Rogue, the actual Rogue, the same name, not the Rogue name, but her real whatever. What's Rogue's real name? I forgot her real name. She got a Louisiana Southern type of name. I forgot Rogue's real name, but
I'll find out.
For Keke Palmer to play Rogue, not another girl who just happens to have similar powers as Rogue and then calls herself Rogue. No, to play that exact same girl.
Anna Mary LeVue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's her name.
So.
And she's from Mississippi.
Yeah, a lot of black people in Mississippi. Sorry, it's true. Guys, let us know what you guys think. Is there any more in the comments that we got before we go? Before we call it, nothing new. Oh my God, did I not tag y'all in the?
She was talking about that same meme. She thought.
In the meme. Okay, all right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about Keke Palmer, about the whole issue, about the mermaids and the stuff. If it does it bother you that much? I mean, some people just don't like change, and I can understand that. But with a lot of people when they're making these arguments, it's the same lame argument. It doesn't really change or affect the story. So that's just my opinion on it. Plus, just because Spider-Man or whoever is black does not mean that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man vanishes or DVD
it's just
disappears.
It's a different
It's
version.
A different version of it. If you don't like it, if it sucks. And how many times have we seen these different movies where people were against it, and then when they saw it, they were like, damn it, that was good.
Well, they did that.
It happens all the time.
With Ben Affleck. I mean, he went when they cast him as Batman.
They cast him Batman.
They hated. They hated.
He went on. I don't
the
remember.
guy from Geely? Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel.
They thought that J-Lo was gonna be
they were like,
Catwoman.
he sucked as
they were asking
Daredevil.
him about it. He was like, well, my agent told me just stay off the internet for like several weeks because right now it's not the time to look at this. And he goes, and I thought, I got thick skin, I can do it. I'll be fine. And he goes, and the first thing I saw was just
across the board.
Maybe I'll come back to that later.
They were saying the same thing about Daniel Craig as James Bond when he got cast.
They were saying
we don't even know who this guy is. Like,
they were saying the same thing about Heath Ledger.
Yeah, they said the same thing about Ledger when he cast him as Joker.
Look, I'm not saying if Keke Palmer was to get it, it'll just fuel everybody's thing of they're only doing it to push an agenda thing. Now, if it would have just happened, just like the Little Mermaid kind of thing, I mean, they're still going to say it no matter what. But now that there's a fan cast push for it, now people are going to say, if she does get it, then it's going to be, you're just trying to cater to, well, we did the same thing for John Krasinski.
Yeah,
we catered to you then.
Casting.
So why isn't that racist? Why you got John Krasinski like, well, because Mr. Fantastic was white. I guess that was a bad example. Anyway, but it's still fan casting. If it's still fan cast, so if anything, it would be what's his name from 21 Jump Street movies?
Jonah Hill?
No, not Jonah
Channing
Hill.
Tatum?
Channing Tatum. He was supposed to play Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
So what if Keke Palmer and Channing Tatum? That'd be hot.
Channing Tatum talked about Gambit for so long until it got canceled. But, I mean, I think that
what if MCU does still go with Channing Tatum as Gambit?
Honestly, because of the Jump Street movies, he has that charisma and he
he
can be
can pull it
funny, but also he has that kind of like that like action movie
Shannon
star
Tatum.
kind of vibe.
Our
Shannon-
ladies in the comments said Gambit should be, if we're going with Rogue, Gambit should be Ray J. Jean Page.
Ray J. Jean Page from Bridgerton. You know the Netflix series
See?
Bridgerton.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I know
Yes.
what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I
And
never
I'm
know.
all
I never
for it.
remember his name until Joy says it when we're about to go to sleep.
I don't watch the show though.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Keke Palmer, Ray J. Oh yeah, that'd be hot. That'd be hot. I'm just saying. All right, guys, we gotta call it. We're going way over time on this. We started a little bit late, but I'm glad. I appreciate you guys for joining us in the comments, sending your questions, your thoughts, your concerns on all the topics that we had to talk about. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm going to look into it again and see what the hell is going on. Why does it keep cutting off the show the way it does? But we powered through. We'll figure it out. Guys, remember, you can always catch us the rundown on podcasts. So look out for our podcast. Check out our blog. If you want to subscribe to or follow us on social media, send your any links of anything you think we should talk about or react to, send it there, and we'll do that. Let's go around the
table.
I was about to say let's go around the table and say our goodbyes, but we have a request from Nixon. She wants to hear it.
Spicy back daddy.
Look at you didn't expect that. Look at that. All right. Giovanni, like, wait a minute. Why? When we were talking about Joker, why didn't we bring it up?
Spicy back daddy.
The spicy back. When we were talking about Ben Affleck. Yeah, that's when I should have pushed. I should have been pushed that button. My bad. I mean, it was so much. There was so many things that we were talking about. I just kind of threw it off. Yeah. Giovanni was not ready for that.
No, I wasn't. I was ready for a spicy back daddy.
Yeah, but guys, since the camera's on you now, people want to find you online. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, this is Giovanni with the Unoriginal Comics on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and we post around 3 shorts a day. We have so much bingeable content out there, so check me out at the Unoriginal Comics.
And Joy, if people want to find you online, if they're in the medical field out there,